Every American should know this by now. And the fact that we don't is it's our own fault. It's your fault. You're a grown adult. Do some research. Get your facts straight. The information's out there. Everyone should know 9/11 was done by Israel by now. And I'm going to thoroughly explain so there's no more doubt. The first thing you need to know about 9/11 is that airplanes don't use jet fuel to fly. Commercial jet airplanes with turbine engines do not use fuel to fly. So the whole premise that the planes hit the buildings from hijackers and exploded and burnt the floors of the Twin Towers and then it collapsed on itself is a complete lie. 100% lie. Not only that, it's 100% mathematically impossible. It would not, could not happen. It's impossible. Impossible. It did not happen that way. There was no jet fuel. Commercial jet airplanes with turbine engines suck in massive amounts of air and shoot it out a small hole out the back, creating great propulsion. Nothing else is necessary. Nothing. Even to start the engines and to start the turbines, they just have a little storage tank of compressed air that they turn on to get it all going in the morning. No fuel whatsoever is used. None. You have to get this across the country, across the whole world. I don't understand why the whole world is just so far behind on everything. It's incredible. It is incredible. Everyone should know commercial jet airplanes, not military aircraft. They use fuel and they light it on fire and you can see it shooting out the back. But commercial jet airplanes, they're not trying to go faster than their natural maximum speed, which is around 540 miles an hour. They don't need to go faster, but they max out. If you want to go faster, you have to add some fuel. Yeah. And planes with helicopters, they need fuel too. I mean, with propellers, they need fuel too. But commercial jet airplanes with turbine engines do not use fuel. They use the air. Yes. So there were no hijackers. There were no planes. It was a wired demolition. And how the buildings blew up were Mossad agents first wired the buildings, then they shot missiles at the Twin Towers and exploded them. That's what happened. And the airplanes we see on the TV were only on the TV, and they were computer generated airplanes to cover the missiles that were shot. Yes. So they made it, they shot them with missiles and they made it look like the planes were hijacked and purposely crashed into it. Now, every Jew and Jew owner in those buildings took the day off, and they secretly texted each other with their own. They had a way to text each other back then. So they all took the day off, and only the Goy died that day in the Twin Towers. And then, of course, they blamed Saddam Hussein for it all and invaded his country and killed how many people? All right, so that's what happened. I know you want a big fancy film studio and some guy in a suit telling you with all kind of great, explanation and graphs and videos. You're going to have to do that yourself. I'm poor. The government keeps me poor intentionally. They ruin my book intentionally. They destroy my social media accounts intentionally. They smear my name intentionally. And they have been since I was 17 years old when I discovered the earth was flat in 1991. It's been a long, hard road for me, folks. They erased my memory. I had no memory of my wife, or the girl I was going to marry, for 30 years. Until she started talking to me on Facebook, and I wrote a book to her. But I thought she was someone I had just met. Even after, it was 25 years at the time, I had no ability to recognize her face still. And I know her since birth. So it was extremely dangerous. They put a bounty on my head, and my whole neighborhood tried killing me. Yes, they poisoned me, they shot me, they ran me over in cars. It was horrible. I've been telling the truth my whole life. Now, they made me forget all that stuff. So I couldn't remember I discovered the flat earth, which they put on the news, okay? And they said we were seeing a mirage. Yeah, that video is from me, folks. And they've just kept me under wraps. They had me in New Orleans 20 years, surrounded by a coven of witches, pretending to be people who cared about me, including my girlfriend and her mother. It's been horribly hard for me. I still graduated college. I still was a business owner, a homeowner. I mean, I'm a worker. And if I could have been a millionaire by now, just by working, I'd have been a multimillionaire. But they won't let you. They broke me down there because I wouldn't join the Freemasons. So they just broke me. They destroyed my life. They were gang stalking me, using voice to skull technology, which comes from Palantir. I have the article saved, where New Orleans signed a contract with Palantir the same time they were torturing me with their new products. Obama had infused billions into it, and New Orleans was a test ground for it with Palantir. And they were electronically torturing me from 2013 to 2016, and they were testing it out on me and to see how to tweak it and make it better so they can do it to you. And they're going to do it to all of you, and it's going to kill you. You can't handle what I can handle. You cannot handle what I can handle. 99% of you. I don't mean physically, I mean psychologically. You'd go insane, you'd jump out a window. They were making me hear my own mother's voice, and she had already passed away. They were making me hear all kinds of things. But God was with me, and he let me know, somehow he let me know that they were doing it to me and that I wasn't going crazy, that it was being done to me, even though at the time I had never heard of this voice to skull technology. I knew there was some way they were doing it. Yeah, so they never got me going crazy. They got me angry, though. They stole my book, and they made $100 million off it. They turned it into the movie The Book of Life, the Pixar. It's awesome. I wrote that. And it's in my current book, which they're suppressing. I explain it. I explain 9/11 in my book in good detail. But it's about my life and discovering the flat earth way back when. If I was writing it now, I'd have a lot more information, because since I wrote the book, I got my memory back. I had forgotten my entire childhood, or almost all of it, about 90% of it. They erased my memory using devil's breath, okay? It's the plant that they're talking about in the Epstein files. They use this to erase people's memories, and they'll torture them. They'll blow it in their face or put it in their drink and torture them. And this was done to me many times, and I couldn't remember it. None of it. I couldn't remember being tortured, psychologically tortured, not physically. And I couldn't remember it for 30 years. That's how strong it is. And it's just a flower. It's a belladonna looking flower. And Epstein calls them the Trump flowers. I mean, yeah, the trumpet flowers. Anyway, 9/11 was a hoax. Can we please get a move on it, people? Get your facts straight and tell everyone. It's great to post Bible stuff all day long, but if you connect it all works better. We see it better that way. Jesus is